if you're huddled around a computer and you're watching this, this is the Race Space Race of Nations with me, Motormouth, and with my able sidekick, who is known as K9. Say hello, or bark.
How's it going, guys? We're just having a few guys here with a little bit of connection issues here. It's mainly the South African guys having some issues with their provider, I think.
Yeah, I can see it
is
now.
Conflicting with a few people, so it's throwing a couple guys out at a time. We're just going to wait till everybody is back in, and then I'm going to hit that go button.
Yeah, try and start with everybody encapsulated and see. We got 15 in now.
Yeah, there's one more, I think. I've seen it go as high as 16.
Okay, then at least that way we can see. At least, hopefully, if we get to encapsulate everybody and press the button, hopefully that gets us past that.
Sometimes it keeps them in. Even if not for the entire race, it does launch it for a while where everyone's in. So
you just things.
Gotta hope for the best.
Yeah, some things we can deal with. For everything else is MasterCard, as the advert says. But no, you just can't. Unfortunately, it's one of those really annoying things that's...
I think it's Buzzkill that we're missing now. We're just waiting on Buzzkill.
Where is he? Yeah. Because Matsucic and BT got back in. He might not be able to get back in, I don't know. He was having that problem before, wasn't he? I think he said that he couldn't get back in. Let's just see. Just double check.
Just going to jump in there and see quickly.
Yeah, there's nothing typing on here, but anyway, if you are watching us at the moment, you're just seeing the people who we're hoping will take part in this race. Like I say, unfortunately, over in South Africa, some of the guys are having problems with telecom, I think. Forgive me if it's not telecom, but I think they are the people that are having the issue with their company. So I think they should just I don't know, take over the place and just make sure that they've got really good internet.
Barry's is just helping him out with his internet quickly. It might help him join. So we're just going to be a few more minutes here.
That's okay. I mean, sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes it can be as easy as literally just unplug everything. And I don't mean like reset, I mean unplug the whole damn lot and put it back in. Because there are some things that can affect that as well. Don't ask me why, but this comes from the providers.
There's lots of things I don't understand with these computers and things that affect your internet. Like, I know DNS settings can sometimes be an issue. I came across that the other day. I had to change some stuff I didn't know about, but luckily someone else did. So helped me out. But I had a stage where I couldn't even get on the internet.
Yeah,
I had 50-50 fiber and I couldn't use any.
I know, which is rubbish, isn't it? It's ridiculous. But I think that's half the problem is that people aren't aware of that they've got various channels within their own router.
Buzzkill just joined.
He did.
Launch it now. We have 16 people.
Yeah, and go for it. It's nice to see a full grid. Oh, he just died.
Just disconnected. Well, he does have the practice to keep trying. Or not
the quality. Yeah, he can. You know, if he can't, he can't. It's not nice, but there's nothing you or I or anyone else, for that matter, can really do about that. More's the pity, but it's just, it is what it is. You can only use what you've got. So what I'm just going to do is make sure that I've muted that. Have I muted that? Yeah, I have. Just muted my speakers on my PC. Otherwise, we'll be going round in like a loop.
Yeah.
Which would be quite interesting.
Talking to ourselves, literally.
Yeah, it'd be. You'd say something and then you'd say the same thing again, and then you'd say the same thing again for about half an hour, which is hilariously stupid. And I'm just going to say on the chat on the side, because I've got the stream up obviously on my PC as well, just as we see the wonderful Ratek sitting in there with that very nice sort of Beamer. Well, it is a Beamer, isn't it? Be interesting to see.
Yellow BMW. We like yellow BMWs.
Yes, it's a banana machine.
Like yellow.
That's what it stands for. Banana Motor Works.
Everyone here doing their setups. Obviously, I don't see anyone driving. Straight away.
Everyone's doing some last minute work and thinking, right, oh my god, I didn't do anything.
Pit strategies for the rain, I think.
Ling Ling and the boys, he says. Guess who's back after a long break? Guess who's back? No, I'm not going to start singing. No, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. I'm just going to put the suspense. It's killing us. Da, 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 da. And I'm sure I saw some cars leaving the pits. We did.
I've seen 2 leave there. There's Kenny's first out, I think, on track.
Yeah.
No, Jacques a little ahead.
Oh, he is.
So
He
Jacques
is.
there. Ratek in his yellow BM also driving out. And Marius. And so it's a BM, a Caddy, and 2 Bentleys at the moment.
So at the moment, we're just waiting.
So who haven't we seen a lot of this series? We haven't seen. We've seen a lot of Ratek here.
True. We haven't seen a lot of Bentleys really after the first week, but the second week they did okay.
Let's here for a while and see what he gets up to.
No,
I feel like we haven't focused a lot on Marius yet.
No, he's there. He's ready to promote himself to the front. This should be, to be honest, this circuit should suit all the cars. Somebody's already got a penalty, by the way.
This is the first. Oh, must have been speeding in the pits.
Yeah, tusk.
I think that's Rainmeister there. It's the error everyone makes their first time with the realistic settings in the game.
Yeah, at least he hasn't DQ'd himself, which is usually another one of the great things that people do.
For most games, you can just go flying into the pits and everything's fine. It takes
slows you down automatically.
Doesn't matter how fast you enter because your car automatically just brakes perfectly. In project cars, you can do a manual pit stop. So you get to drive through and you have to hold the pace and you have to turn your car, and it makes it a bit more fun. It's an extra you get to do.
Yeah, in this game you go flying into the pits and get disqualified.
Or you trash your car.
Yeah, the best one.
Much longer pit stop.
The best one was a race at Watkins Glen. Somebody going into the pits hits the left-hand side pillar of the pit lane, and his car then turns around to the right. So his car is basically spread across the pit lane. Nobody could get in, which is hilarious. And obviously he couldn't move, his car was jammed, so until he quit, nobody could do anything. It was just the most surreal, stupid thing. No, nobody could do anything. It was absolutely stupid. And nobody could keep going round, because of course they only had, they've all gone out with like 3 laps worth of fuel for 1 out lap and a hot lap. So they were all waiting to go back in the pits for qualifying. Nobody could get back in. Excellent. But this should be a good circuit for everybody. A little bit of lag off Marius there, but hopefully that's not going to be an issue.
It could be as well. I reckon it's because I saw someone join there. Whenever someone joins or leaves, usually there's a little bit of lag in a whole session. Everyone experiences it.
Usually as I'm coming to a corner, and then when it happens, I just crash.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to happen.
It's par for the course, isn't it?
The game times it that way. Makes it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, doesn't it just? It's like, ha, I'm evil.
But yeah, these Bentleys are looking really good. Marius, they just set the fastest lap time now.
28.4.
Busy watching him. And that number. Ooh, he spins out there.
Oh, he said, I can make it a little easier.
Over and done with.
Engine Destroyer Deluxe. I know a few of them, mind, but I know lots of people who destroy engines, but I do that really well as well.
Disqualified for pit lane violation. We don't want that.
That's not good.
That's no good.
He can quit and come back and get a 2-place grid penalty, but he's not going to win, so he's not going to know.
He can try that out if someone sends him another, or he just joins again on his old bike.
Yeah, he might be able to jump back in. Again, we've got that might be somebody coming back in, and that because there was again 2 or 3 bits there. Yeah, he's come back in, I think. Yeah, I can see him there. I can see him there. And that is, yeah,
there he is.
I think that was the end of that one. But yeah, the thing that's going to be interesting is, I mean, I know we've got a mandatory pit and they're changing tyres anyway.
Jacques just jumped up to the fastest lap time.
But it'll be, obviously, and there's Kenny. Kenny's taking it now.
Kenny immediately answers back. There he goes.
I think the interesting thing will be when people choose to pit. Because the thing that I've found, I mean,
well, it's going to be based on the weather on this one, because we do know that this has got rain in this race. It's our first race with rain.
What I tend to find,
it's going to force people to pretty much pit the same time. So it's not going to be as much of a strategic move as maybe some of the other races.
No, it's almost like. It's almost like looking at it and thinking, like, say for me, my perspective is when it rains, when it starts raining, is it on times one? That's the one thing I forgot to look at. Is it on real time in terms of, or sync to race?
Sync to session.
Yeah, so effectively it's going to run in kind of real time if you like. So for me, once light rain starts hitting down, you can still usually do 3 or 4 laps before it starts getting heavier in terms of the water. So you can still probably run quite well. If you go too early, you'll lose about 5 or 6 seconds a lap.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm wondering. The
rain is also going to stop before the end of the race, so it's going to be interesting to see if the track hits any dry lines on it. If the guys have to change tires again, maybe some people might pit twice.
Personally, when I've been in races like that, I've stayed on the wets.
I think that's what most of the guys will end up doing. But
because it's going to be, you're roughly looking at 10-11 minutes per, if it runs absolute, which it doesn't always, but if you look at 10-11 minutes per weather cycle with over the 45 minutes, then you could argue if it runs to that, you've probably got 11 minutes of the track drying off heavier rain, because it's light rain to begin with, isn't it, the first part, and then going into slightly heavier rain,
which is the heavier one.
So I think everyone will stay on wet. So I'd be surprised if somebody goes in and because I still think the track will be wet until the end. Watch me be wrong now, I've said that, but but I think that's what it'll be. I really do think.
It's interesting on the tracks to see where the water collects. That's the problem when it rains. Sometimes on some tracks it'll go across the entire track, and you can't miss it. You have to go through it, and your car sometimes will just aquaplane off track.
Yeah, what's Kenny doing? Oh, he's just pulling over. I think he had somebody behind him, so I think he just pulled over because he was just doing anything. But it's one of those where you look at. It'd just be interesting to see who does what, and I'd be tempted to think I can't see anyone pitting within the first 3 laps of it raining. So what's this? Everybody will go in en masse now. I've said that, but I've done that before. I've gone in early, and it's.
Mark looks like he's taken some damage here. I saw some spider webs there on his window.
Maybe his car's just been left and he's just not used it for a while.
Maybe
and
it's
some
the
spiders
same car
have
he's been using all season. He hasn't changed that window from previous races.
Yeah, it's just saving money. It was going to cost him £250 for a new windscreen, so he just thought, oh no, I'll get my money's worth out of it. They can just see through this little bit.
Better at a distance. I think when it was close,
a long distance. A long distance probably. But this will be a fun race. I like you say, they've had 2 quite, I'll say tough. I don't think they are tough per se circuits that we've just done, but obviously Long Beach is certainly not forgiving. Get something wrong, hit a wall, dead, kind of thing. Whereas you can spin off quite a lot here and be okay. You can sort of
there's a lot more room to make an area here than that race was, and then we had Kota after that, which was there was so many changes of direction and bends that it's not going to be as challenging, I think, as that track was. But the weather is going to be what brings a challenge in this race, I think.
Yeah, again, anyone who's decent in the wet, if they want to put,
we do have a Rainmeister in our race here. Rainmeister, it's in the name. So
yeah, it's going to get tested, isn't it? He's going to get. His bluff's going to get called in this one, without a shadow.
So we'll see if he's the dry Meister after this race. Or...
Well, at the moment, Jacques just 19 thousandths ahead of Kenny. But again, I'm expecting some of the guys to to sort of sit in. Again, Kenny's just sitting in there. He's probably just making a few. He was probably making a few little changes, but he's just. Oh no, we've lost him. We've lost him. Damn, that's a.
Who did we lose there? We lost.
Pole sitting. We lost our pole sitter.
We lost Jacques.
Yeah. Damn. And we're under 4 minutes, so I don't know if he'll get back in.
Yeah, he's also. It's all those guys with that same internet
provider, is it?
Conflicting.
That's no, that's really annoying. I mean, you know, he's set a pole time.
Well, it's like his last race, isn't it? He was winning the entire race.
5 minutes to go, or 3 minutes, or whatever it was. See, that was just
oh, there's a collision on the.
What was that about? What was that about? I mean, did I miss something out, or was that a bit of a laugh and a joke? That was just so random, wasn't it? Or did he just lose control completely, or was it lag?
I don't know.
That was just really, really like weird. Well, we've got 10. So what have we got in cars wise? Let's see.
10. So we lost another person somewhere.
Yeah, we've.
Again, I see BT has been.
Right, we got. Right. Hopefully you can.
We're missing BT, my brother, and he keeps. I think he's also conflicting with someone else. He doesn't usually disconnect.
No, but again, we've got a few, haven't we? But there's nothing. You know, with the best.
Oh, there's another knock.
What is going on there? What is going on there? Is it?
I think it berries? Maybe he's glitching around. Maybe
it's got to be lag, hasn't it? It's got to be lag, because. Yeah, it is.
That's two people. I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at how that car's moving. Yeah, that car is moving weirdly. It's got to be lag. I mean, some of the guy that gets hit won't realise it and think, "What have you just like pile drive me for?" But I bet you on his screen, it's not like that. But again, it's just something we're just gonna have to see how it goes. It's you can't. Let's say you can't legislate for this stuff. Some things are beyond your comprehension. In fact, everything's beyond mine, but that's another story. But yeah, that's a shame that for Jack in there.
It's a shame that the connection is going to decide a lot of people's race in this one.
Yeah, well, we had a full grid, didn't we? We had a full grid.
The unfortunate thing is that we can't really restart for one person and not another, so we're not going to be able to do any restarts.
Well, no, you can't. In all fairness, we tried our best in the first week and ended up starting an hour late, exactly an hour late. And which, don't get me wrong, it's I know what it's like to get binned out of a race. I'm sure you've had that lovely experience too, and it's really galling. It's really not very nice.
My best one was with 5 minutes to go of a 3-hour race at Le Mans.
I'd just start crying, I think, at that point. I would though. There's nothing you can. You know, it's almost. It's gone. There's nothing you can do, but it doesn't stop you boiling. You know, your blood starting to like seep through every orifice because you steam coming out of your ears. It's like the cartoon, isn't it? Where it just goes. You get the old train sound going where all the steam comes flying out of your ears.
Let's watch Jacques racing here. He is going to have to set the fast time again, joining the session again. I'm hoping he's got a flying lap going here because he's only got 8 seconds to finish.
Well, he looks as if he's going reasonably, so I'm hoping that is the case, with a bit of luck. But he's probably not going to do in a one shot what he managed to do, because he did a, 817 I think he did. No, sorry, an 815, 27.815, because he was 19 thousandths ahead of Kenny. And again,
but remember, this is also a home race for the Bentley team, so they're going to want as many of their guys in the race to.
Well, if we're going to keep the run going, the two American vehicles took the spoils in their two home races. So
now it's Bentley's turn.
Yeah,
Show us what they've got.
The pressure's on, so to speak.
That Bentley is an awesome looking car though. I'm really liking
I like it. I wouldn't mind having one.
The grill.
What did he manage to do? Oh no, it wasn't. It must have been his. Was it his outlap or is it just gone? Yeah, no, it wasn't. He done 28.3.
He jumped up to fourth there, so
that's a bit gutting.
It's better than starting from the back.
Damn right. Damn. At least he managed to get back in. That was a good thing. Yeah. What did we lose? We lost Matt Zucic. Did we, or did he?
Yeah, BT. So we lost the Nissan.
Yeah. So.
Only got 2 Nissans in this race by the looks of it, because
Mitsubishi and the two red Nissans we've still got.
We've got
two caddies.
3, 4. We've got 4 Bentleys, have we?
Yeah, 2 caddies.
No, 3 Bentleys.
Yeah, 3 Bentleys, 3 Beamers.
Four,
is it?
Bentleys.
Is there 4?
Yeah, we got 4. Rainmeister there, right at the
2, 3.
bottom.
Oh, sorry, yeah, we got 11, haven't we? Yeah, we got 11, sorry, yeah. Yeah, we got 11.
Okay. So we're on to the rolling lap start here.
It just looks funny like that.
Lap. Yeah.
It does, doesn't it? It just looks funny to see them all in a line. It's very rare you actually get to see that. But it's just...
To try organise that in a session is hard. To get people to line up perfectly.
Yeah, everyone hits each other. Somebody hits somebody else. Somebody else gets a penalty. It's like, oh, for crying out loud, man. We just want you to drive in a straight line and don't hit the guy in front, please. I just hope everyone gets to stay in. I mean, now that we're at the point of the race, hopefully it's locked everybody in. With a bit of luck. Those that have got this far. But yeah, good. I meant to look at the tables earlier on and I forgot, but that's my fault. But obviously, the caddies were out front. Bentley actually had a really good second week.
Cadillac is winning by quite a bit, I think. They've done very well.
Again, Bentley were unfortunate with obviously last week with Jack being in. Obviously, first at the time. Was he first or second?
As the standings sit here now, we've got Cadillac on 97 points. They're winning. BMW is on 64. They're in second. Nissan is on 54 in third. And Bentley is on 27.
Oh, 27.
Fourth, because remember, they got 0 points on the first race for retirements and disconnections. Yeah,
and they've lost out on about another 14, 15 points with the disconnection, obviously, last week. It's been unlucky for them. They would have been right. It would have been quite close, I think, between the other three. I still think Caddy would be where they are. But I think the other three would be...
I think it would have been a big fight between Bentley and Cadillac at the moment.
Yeah, I think they would have had a push.
Ooh, somebody flying
Whoa! That's Berries. That's Berries.
It's Berries again.
I don't know whether that was more laggy. It looked. I'm watching the replay of it now. It's fair play for the 360, man. That was good.
I think giving everyone some action before the race starts.
I mean, there are different ways to warm up your tyres than that, mate. That's all I can say. But in all fairness, he still maintained position, which I thought was quite impressive.
It was impressive.
We'll find out afterwards whether that was actually meant. But I've got a funny feeling.
I don't think he needs to warm his tyres up after that. That was all the warming he needed.
Oh my god, that was interesting. I've got to say that. I'm glad that happened then and not in the race. And I'm sure he is. I'm sure his sphincter muscle must have been twitching like mad at that point. Then again, he might not have known a damn thing about it. But if you didn't watch it on the stream, it's a cracking 360. Fair play. You would do okay with that. So, what happened to Rainmeister?
Rainmeister seems to be far behind. I don't know if he got caught up maybe in that spin. Or
because he was at the back anyway, wasn't he? Hopefully he'll catch up there. Because the guys are not exactly flying. I'm guessing that they're probably doing about 60. You probably guess, because you've got the speed limit there, so you probably know, but I don't.
I quite enjoy watching the cars do their formation there. It's nice to see all the cars there close up.
You get a good, like, that pick. I'm just seeing the replay of now. Where is Rainmeister now? Here he comes.
There
In truth, he might have done that deliberately to hang back, and then obviously his tyres are going to be warmer because he's just been doing like 100 mile an hour. I mean, if Kenny's as canny as Kenny normally is, Kenny, try saying that when you've had a few. I would imagine that he will slow everybody. I thought he might slow everybody right down, and then take it. No, he's gone straight away, hasn't he? In all fairness, but he did get a slight jump on the two Bentleys.
We're off here into the first corner. Marius and Jacques. I'm not sure which Bentley that is.
I think that's Jacques. I think that was it? Is it Marius? Yes, Jacques still there, isn't he? Yeah. Fifth. Yeah, that's true.
So let's put Jacques into second. He's now fighting with Kenny there. But
and he might have a little bit of damage off that. You don't get much off those, but he might get one or two on the front.
Just looking here at Berries now, we know he's a bit laggy from the other sessions. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes on around here.
Yeah, hopefully it'll hold. Now we're into the race, which is in theory, a more stable environment. Knowing his luck, he'll probably wait until about 3 minutes to go and then just die. But hopefully that doesn't. We don't want that. No, at the end of... Oh, yeah, he is.
Looking a bit
oh, my God.
I don't know. Unless he's doing some more tricks for us.
No, oh, my God. No, I don't think so. I think his car's turned into a fly. Because the way it's moving around in the air, it's like a fly in there. It's just going in one direction, and then it's like UFOs.
That's not looking good for him at all.
Oh, dear, no.
There's Jacques pulls a move on Kenny there. He is ahead of him now.
He's got the run coming in here.
Got the inside line around this corner.
Kenny will get switch back. He's no. He held it. Yeah. Berries is
behind him.
You know what? I know this sounds horrible, but no.
Kenny is off there.
Yeah, who moved into who? I'm watching a replay. Actually, you know what? Jacques probably moved into Kenny, but in truth, with the amount of lag that we've got going on here, I think that's forgivable. I don't think that's happened I don't think he's seen it the way that we've seen it, and I don't think he's seen that properly the way we've seen it, because I don't think on his screen, I don't think he's got Kenny.
Yeah, so that's bunched the two Cadillacs up there a bit in second and third. Let's hope that with the lag that we are seeing, they don't take each other out.
Yeah, because I really do think that's down to lag. I really, really do. With all due respect to Jacques.
He's what's happened now to Marius. So Marius was in second to start with.
He's now eighth.
He's now down in fifth. He's behind Ratek, fighting that yellow BMW we saw earlier.
Yeah. So you've got the two Bentleys together
just
there.
Runs a bit wide there, misses the corner, which gives Marius an opportunity here now to overtake.
Again, after last week, I'm interested to see Comaneci. Again, not the fastest starter.
Comaneci is also going to try pull a move here. It looks like he's right there waiting.
Because last week he grew into the race, I think is a right way of putting it. Oh, no.
A little bit of a bump there.
Yeah, he might have got caught out with the brake in there. I think he got caught out with Mark's brake in there a little bit, possibly.
I think they had different brake points there.
Because again, these guys don't know each other in terms of this type of racing. They've certainly crossed swords in rallycross, but in this type of racing, it's a different ball game. It's a track that a lot of the guys...
Comaneci is pretty much a jack of all trades. He's won, I think, the touring car championship. No. Yeah, he won one of the touring car championships we did, and he won the Indy cars as well.
Huh? What was that? It actually in the doing the like full Indy circuits, or was that ovals?
It was tracks and it was ovals. It was a mixed championship. We did 2 ovals and the rest was tracks.
So he did well in both. Oh no, somebody's gone. One of the Beamers.
We've lost the Shadow, I think, there in the back.
I think he saved himself a bit there. I think he saved himself. I'm just watching it again.
Bad as it could have been.
Yeah, because I think it was it Belisik who annoyed him, who avoided him,
annoyed him. See.
Oh my God, it's one of those days, isn't it? Shall I get another pair of teeth? Oh my God. Oh dear. I can't complain of lag, can I? Actually, maybe I could. In the meantime, oh no, it's somebody else.
BM spinning there. That's who is that? Is in the background again?
It's Shadow again. Shadow. It is.
This
Oh no,
it's Shadow going past.
Yeah, it's Roy. Was it? No. Yeah, was it?
Care Bear. It's
Care Bear. It's Matt.
Dropped back right to the back.
Oh, that looks a bit naughty, doesn't it?
Good for him.
That's a face.
Not looking too great either.
No, that's a face for radio. That is definitely a face for radio. No offense, but
it seems the rain has started already. I can see some drops.
Can
on the screen now.
Your eyesight's better than mine, mate.
Just starting to see it.
Yeah. I just got a couple of drips there. I'm sure it's my wife with a bucket of water over my head. No, oh, now it's starting to come down. Oh, that started quite quickly. Oh, I was going to say, don't take it to the route, for crying out loud. But Matt's still doing quite well with that.
I'm trying to figure out who that is he just overtook, because he's still in last place and he's just overtaken a BM. So I'm wondering if he's not a lap behind.
Shadow?
Maybe.
Is that Shadow? It is Shadow.
He might have pitted if he got stuck. I didn't see a pit. But
no, I didn't.
Him and Shadow there.
Yeah, and
I'm kind of thinking Care Bear is a lap down.
He
is,
because I can see the timings here. Even though it doesn't equate to a lap, it's showing that his Project Cars. You know the timings down the left-hand side. They're all to something or other. They're all over the place. But now it's showing he's 40-something seconds off Rainmeister.
So I suppose, I mean, it could be that maybe he cut some
Comaneci's pit in already.
Accident.
Yeah, and it's not.
For wets.
See, I think that's too early. Time will tell. Because if you looked at his lap times were his last lap time was 31 at something.
Shadow,
but then he's done a
also
55.
Going in now for wets, so we got a Bentley and a BM now. Going on for wet time.
That surprises me. I still think they're too early. I know it's actually coming down more than I thought it would, but unless if they've gone out on hards, they might be thinking, oh my God. But if that might be feeling it a bit. But usually, once it starts raining, I'd usually wait at least a couple of laps. Might even be on lap at the end of 2 laps of rain. I'd then go in, because you start getting the wet patches on the track. At the moment, I don't see too much.
Yeah, the track won't be that wet yet.
No, that's why I'm thinking.
Starting there.
That's why I'm thinking it's. Or sometimes what you get.
To see when the leaders go in. I think Jacques now he's going to push another lap. With Shadow there exiting the pits in the background.
And that's what I expect. I expect them to do probably 2 laps after the rain starts, 2 full laps. Obviously, don't count the one that they're on when it started, but then 2 full laps, and then probably go in. Or maybe if you want to push it, try a third. But again, lap times. If you look at the leaders' lap times, that's a benchmark. As Kenny just loses it a little bit there.
Just goes a bit wide.
But and again, looking at that,
they are now on the back of Shadow, who will be a lap or 2 down now with his pit that he did. So he'll probably just stay to the side and let them go through.
I'll be interested to see what the lap times of the top 5 or 6, because they haven't pitted yet. Because they're all doing 28s, 29s, 30, 31. So you got a 3-second. Once, to be honest, you start pitting once your lap time starts dying. Oh, that's an Is that berries? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Just hope the lag doesn't between.
Don't quite know where he is.
No, it's, and that's tough. That makes it tough.
We just hope that doesn't slow them both down. He's now got ahead of Kenny.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Kenny let that.
Sideways.
I'm not sure whether Kenny let that happen. Because he might have thought, oh my God, I'm not risking this. Are they going to go in yet, or are they going to stay out for one more?
Well, Jacques has pushed it for another one, so they're also pushing for another one. They're probably going to push as much as Jacques does. They'll probably put
Marius has come in, has he? Has Marius come in? Yeah, he did.
Marius pulls into the pits there, so we've got Radtech now into 4th.
And somebody else just came in there. Was that
BM there? That's Shadow again. Shadow going in again for a second time.
Wow, okay.
Maybe he didn't get the right tyres. Maybe they put the wrong tyres on his car.
Yeah, maybe he didn't change them.
It is a common mistake.
Yeah, this game's great. The worst mistake that people make is when they put the recommended. Because if your pit crews don't agree with you, you don't get your tyres. Here come all the vaporized pit crews coming out.
Care Bear also going in, so we've got a couple of guys going in now. I would imagine Jacques going to go in now this lap.
Yeah,
it's coming down a lot heavier now.
It looks to be, doesn't it? In all fairness, I mean, in truth, now I'm just trying to look at
the water spray coming off the track now as he's driving.
You must have read my mind, because that's exactly where I was going with that. Some parts, I mean, you'll probably get the higher parts of the track at the far end are probably really, really quite wet. This end, where it's lower, it wouldn't surprise me if it was a lot drier.
You can see quite a bit there.
Yeah, he's going in. He's going in. You could tell by his angle coming around there. He played that quite narrow coming in.
So and Kenny is also going to go in. Yeah.
Are they gonna? Are they gonna? No, he's staying.
Is he pushing another one?
Yeah, he is.
He's pushing another lap in the wet. That's incredible.
Let's see what his lap time is then, because his last one was 32, so he's lost 3 to 4 seconds. Oh God!
He looks like he's got damage there on his car.
Yeah, I think he's going to go in. Yeah.
Bratek also ahead of him into the pits. So
I think Kenny's gone for the gamble. Kenny's gone for the gamble.
He's going to try and see if he can put in a fast one, just so that he can maybe come out.
Yeah, look for the.
Because he was a bit further ahead.
He's going to look for the reverse switchback, as I'm going to call it. The reverse undercut, which is an overcut, really. But it's. Yeah, I don't know whether that was.
You can see he's sliding there.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was. I get why he did it. Yeah, I get why he did that. Because. Really, it might have given him a chance, but I don't think that was a good idea.
No, he's running there wide.
Because at the top end...
You can see the car doesn't look like it can get the power down or anything. He's sliding out a lot.
The top end of the track... the top,
look at all that water. That's...
Yeah. And that's what I thought. The top end of the track was... I thought once he got to the out part, I thought that might have been a struggle. Now, the inbound part doesn't look as bad. The inbound part looks half reasonable. Look at the amount of spray or not in that part. As he comes around the next corner, you'll get some. But I think part of that outward...
On the top of the hill and up here as well, going into this last section.
I think you got... Oh, see, he's probably...
Bad. He has to pit here now.
Yeah, I think he realised probably a quarter of the way round that was a bad idea, but...
So Jacques now coming through the last section, I think he's definitely going to catch him. On my screen, Jacques actually floating. He's hovering above the track slightly. I don't know if it looks like that on
mine.
Yours,
no, he's okay on mine.
He's floating.
He's levitating.
He's ascended above everyone else.
He's in a Star Wars land speeder. I think he's going to have a fair... I think he's going to have a fair distance here. I think he's going to have a fair lead.
If he is floating like he is on mine, then he has no need for tyres anyway.
He's like being in a hovercraft. So
I'm actually going to take a picture of it to show guys later, because now it's going to believe me.
So where did Kenny? I was looking for Kenny coming out, and I couldn't actually see him. Although it said he was off the pits, so that was a bit weird. 6.5 seconds the gap. So yeah, that's probably pretty much what Kenny lost. Kenny lost easily 4 seconds. Where's he going?
It didn't affect him as bad, I suppose, as I thought it would. I thought he was going to lose maybe another position.
You thought it was going to be like 10 or more seconds, did you? Because he didn't look good, did he? On the
at least drop him to third or fourth. He's managed to come out in second again.
Unless Marius had a really long pit stop, because he's 18 seconds off Jack now. He wasn't 18 seconds off him before. I think he was about 13 or 14 off him off the top of my head. So... Unless...
But I mean, with the rain starting, you don't know how it affected their last few laps, you know? Some of the guys might be struggling a lot more than others in the rain. I know a lot of guys don't tend to practice a lot in the rain.
No, some don't.
Whenever they do a rain race, then it's like
they
one of the first times they're doing it. You know?
They get caught on the hop. Rain racing is brilliant. And again, it depends what car you're in. If you're in a heap of junk, then it's not good. But if you try using a vintage car in the rain... Yeah, if you've ever had that joy.
We try in our series is to always have 1 or 2 rain races at least.
Yeah, it's reality, isn't it? You know, and in truth, and that's it's sim racing, simulated racing. So I always hate it when people say the opposite to what you've just said. Oh, I don't want rain. Well, it's like, well, in real life, if you're a real life racing driver,
you can't control the weather.
No, exactly. So in
just
that
to
respect,
explain a bit how I do choose the weather.
Oh no, was that Marius?
Spun there.
Was that?
That looks like.
Oh no, who was it?
Shadow in the BM. It is not Marius.
It's not.
It's maybe.
Oh, it's Comaneci, was it?
No, maybe. Or was it Shark even? It's not Shark because on my screen he's floating. I would have noticed.
He's still floating, is he?
Yeah, he's still floating above.
Oh man, that is weird. He's got helium in his tyres.
It
could have been Rainmeister.
Yeah, could have been.
Well, I think he got away without too much damage. I can see a little bit on his bonnet. Looks as if it's up a little bit on his left. Can you see there coming down? It looks as if a little bit on there, but apart from that, I don't think he's got too much damage, so he's probably done okay.
Not too bad on mine, but it seems that we're looking at different things because I see Shark floating. So.
Which is you've been taking those Rastafarian old Holborn drugs again, haven't you?
Yeah. Just back onto what I was saying before we saw that spin. So just to make things a bit more like realistic and out of my control, that I don't get to choose everything exactly. We do randomize our weather, so we'll give guys like a forecast of what they're expecting for the race.
Within a ballpark, aren't you?
I told everyone when the series started that there was probably going to be rain here. It was likely to rain, and I have an app on my phone that is like a wheel which you spin, like a randomizing
wheel of fortune. You're the glamorous assistant.
I call it my weather wheel. And I give it a spin, and that determines what the exact weather is going to be. So for this one, we got overcast, light rain, rain, and overcast.
Yeah, which is a perfect day at Donington anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's realistic, isn't it? That's, if you want to look at England in this time.
That way nobody is able to go ahead and practice exactly how the race is going to go. And that it just means that it's a little bit more unpredictable because there are guys who have plenty time and they just sit on and they practice it till it isn't even sort of skill anymore. They're just repeating what they've been doing.
It's parrot fashion. It is. It's just like a professional sports person doing hours and hours of training. You're just carrying out the drill, aren't you?
And even those guys, they get a forecast, but they don't know exactly what's going to happen.
No, they've got a ballpark. They've got an idea, and they can. Oh, is that?
So that's the two Cadillacs overtaking the Nissan there.
I don't think Roy saw him then. I think that's confusing. I think that was confusing for Roy.
But remember, one of those Cadillacs is moving around a bit with the connections. You don't know what exactly the guys are seeing on their screens.
No, but also I think with the if you've got the proximity arrows, and you've also got the spotter in your ear roll saying God knows what rubbish he's telling you. But also they'll say, "Oh, you're clear." Oh, and then how many times have you had that? Especially when you got two cars, he doesn't tell you you've got two.
Especially when the connection for those cars isn't great and they're jumping around a bit, it doesn't help very much.
It's been pretty clean otherwise.
I know that Roy definitely has those on. He's been racing with us a long time, so
he's an experienced guy. I just think it's a case of the spotter not being clear, because that is something that they definitely aren't. Plus, add the lag into the equation, and it's a recipe. I've got to be honest, I've got to commend the guys. There's been one or two spins, given the weather, etc., etc. It's challenging, but hasn't it been a nice clean race? And isn't that nice to see?
It's been pretty good. You can see the guys struggling now as the rain is getting a bit harder. You can see some guys running wide on corners.
It's powerboat racing.
Yeah. That's our next race.
Jet skis or powerboats or whatever. But no,
that would actually be a cool game.
I can imagine jet skis.
Yeah,
that'd be a riot, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be fun? But no, in all fairness, like I say, with rain, I like a planted car anyway. But in rain, I usually one thing I don't use a lot of is traction control, but obviously in the rain you've got to. You try and run. If you try and run a car without traction control or very low traction control in the rain, you're either one of two things: stupid or an alien. Because it's bloody hard. But if you've got, like, say if I use a button box, and a few of the guys I know probably do use button boxes, you can set it for low, high and off. So even during the race you can, this is an ideal situation where you do that. Put it on high for the rain. You might be slower, but you're staying on the tarmac. But some of the times are still quite good considering. I mean, Jack's still putting in 35.5 as against top end 28s, 29s. Well, he did a couple of 27s, didn't he? So losing 7 seconds a lap on average, I don't think that's bad going.
So it said there was a bit of action happening here. I'm just looking. I think someone made a bit of a mistake here and dropped back a little, but it seemed that Ratic was moving in on Ballistic there ahead in the Nissan.
Yeah, so we've got Shadow, Care Bear, Rainmeister, who's obviously got a penalty because he's got a red thing against his name. I don't know how much of a penalty that is, but it could well be
that
a
might
pit
also
one.
Be the speeding in the pits again.
Yeah,
He did do that in qualifying.
True.
He might not have a pit limiter.
That's probably favourite, although we might think putting a pit limiter on means you slow down. No. It's the answer to that. Still
That's
pressure.
only when you hit it during the race in the middle of the track, which I've done a few times.
I've done that loads of times, especially in a car with DRS, because I press the pit limiter instead of DRS, which is really not clever. It's really not good. Not if you don't want to blow up an engine or something like that. But at the moment, I'm not a person that says, "Oh, I'll cross my fingers for luck for you." But for Jacques today, I'm hoping that he gets to see the race out because he's built himself up a nice lead. Kenny's usually pretty good in a way.
He's in third there in the Bentley, so it's looking very good for Team Bentley. Here
they could do with some luck. And then you got Comaneci in fourth. You've got
Ballistic in the other Nissan. There's two Nissans in the top 5.
Yeah,
we haven't seen a lot of Nissans being high up together.
So it's and then you've got obviously Ratek then in the Beamer. But I think
Barry's dropped back a lot though. I don't know if he's had to maybe put twice, or you don't know what damage he's picked up. His car looks pretty battered on my screen.
It does on mine. It does on mine. But his lap time actually is decent. His last lap was 35.8, which puts him fastest man on the track.
I'm wondering if maybe he didn't have to put twice or something.
Yeah, well, he's according to me, he's a minute and 27 down. He's a lap and a squidgy bit down, isn't he? Sorry, he's just under a lap down. So I'm thinking he either had a long pit stop, or he's had to go in twice.
Or he just had a crash. I mean, that's also.
Yeah,
that's seen anything.
But I wouldn't thought that I'd hold him up for that length. But I think
so Ballistic is now trying to hold on to his position here with Ratek hunting him down.
Yeah, Ratek's ratting him. He's a ratter. That would make him a cat, not a ratter. Doesn't matter. It still goes, doesn't it? But this would be probably quite a good fight.
This is a good section here to do your overtakes. I've overtaken a lot of people here where they brake too late and overshoot that corner a little bit. It's just
sit there and put pressure on, isn't it? Sit there and put pressure. And then do a Kenny, which is flash your lights. It is. I know loads of people who do that. And in truth, I know some people think it's pointless. He's going to go here.
That you could see. Ratek's got his lights on. He's shining
he's looking at this. He's looking at this.
Letting him know that he's there.
Yeah, just sit there. In this sort of weather, it's not like you just alluded to. Then it's not worth gambling and sort of putting yourself out the race. You might as well just sit there and wait and put the other guy under pressure. Because no matter how much you try and ignore the fact that somebody is on your gearbox, you do look. And just by looking in your rearview mirror, that could be the split second that you brake a bit late, you make a slight mistake into the corner, you run a bit wide, and that's where the take goes. See, he's gone narrower there, so he might get in.
He's trying to take different lines. He's looking for a way past.
I think he's trying to bluff him as well. I think he's trying to bluff him into making a move. Oops.
Is this? I think this could be a back marker that they're coming up on as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he's done the right thing. He's done the right thing. No team orders. No team orders, thankfully.
Yeah.
But no, he did the right thing there. This is probably the best battle on track right now.
It is. It's the closest of the battles.
See, again, Ratek's going in narrow there, but
yeah, he's going very tight.
Yeah,
that's how I try to take it, because a lot of guys, they'll run that one wide, but if you stay tight, you can sometimes slip up on the outside there.
The curb can help you sometimes as well. Although,
because you usually go into a bit of a slide and you catch a curb in this game.
It's you've got to be a brave man to try it. He's going to go. No. See, from my angle there for a moment, it just looked as if he was going to push, and I think he just pulled out at the end, but he's got it. He's got it now. Yeah. As soon as his front wheels were aligned with the rear wheels, then he's got right away for that corner. So
we know that it's not over now, because Gavin can do the same to him. Gavin,
exactly.
Or Ballistic there, he's going to sit there and see if he can get through again.
It's easier to be the chaser, isn't it? Let's face
Much
it.
Easier.
Or it's less pressure to be the chaser, because you've got nothing to lose in that respect. You're the guy in front.
And
you're looking.
Nissan is aggressive looking. When you check that thing behind you,
it's a beastie. As they might say in Scotland, a wee beastie. Probably not like that though.
Well, that's a good thing now for BMW, because that's put a BMW in the top 5 now. It wasn't the BMW up there.
They were getting pushed out a bit there, weren't they, with the Beamers and the Caddies?
Yeah, they're struggling a little.
With the Bentleys and the Caddies, I meant, not Beamers and the Caddies.
You can see we've got 2 of the BMWs there at the bottom. We've got Kebe and Shadow.
I mean, this is some decent rain now. This is
proper stuff.
I'll tell you what I haven't seen so far. Any pooling, any real proper pooling by any of the apexes, because I was expecting I might see some, but then again, there's still probably best part of 5 there. There's a little bit there.
There's a little bit of a pool building there, just at the exit of the main straight.
But this game's got a habit of sticking them on the apexes just to be really, really horrible.
I can't even see with Jacques how it's affecting his car, because his tyres aren't touching the road. He's still
there's a bit of one there. There's a bit of one there at the start of there, I think. I'm just watching the replay now. Yeah, I think that, there is. Just as you're coming into the turn, which I think he managed to navigate quite well. But again, he's consistently popping in 37s. He did a 35 before, but obviously the rain's getting heavier. The lap times are going to start suffering a bit more. And this is probably where you start getting everyone spread out more and more and more. So it'll be interesting to see. Oh, Kenny's brought that down a tad. He has brought that down a tad, because he's about 3/4 of a second, not quite 3/4 of a second faster, about 0.65 faster on that lap. So Kenny is starting to reel Jacques in a little bit, or is Jacques just easing off a little bit, or a bit of both?
So Rainmeister here now fighting with Kebe for position, fighting for 9th.
Which is.
Let's see this battle. This is probably the closest battle at the moment.
Yeah, it is still a good battle. And like you got Marius about 4 or 5 seconds behind Kenny in 3rd, but I don't think he's gaining on him at this point. Everybody else is quite well spread. It's like a good margarine. It's yeah. See his bonnet still picking up a bit more.
I could see his bonnet there is a bit higher on the left side.
Yeah, it's lifting a bit more now than it was before, but that's probably because of the wind getting underneath it.
Yeah.
For realism, it'll probably flop up in front of his face after, and he won't be able to see where he's going. I've had that happen to me once. Not in this game. I've had that happen to me once in real life.
In this game, if you race the rallycross and you race in the Mini has a tendency, when it loses its bonnet, it gets stuck on your window and you can't see where you're going until you crash it off.
I've been in one car in this game, and it was sat where it was on the window, like you say, and it came through the window and it was in my lap. Which was kind of weird. I could see where I was going, but the bonnet was in my lap, and then it disappeared about 5 laps later. But it's Project Cars, isn't it? These things happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, spread out. So what we've got Rainmeister, who's probably 2 laps down. Care Bear obviously certainly had a couple of pit stops, so he's actually further behind than Rainmeister, but he's in front of him. How stupid is that? Because if you see on the thing down the left hand side, Care Bear's 3 minutes 12. Oh no, it's changed now. But Care Bear was 3 minutes 12 behind,
like
and
we've
Rainmeister.
Actually lost somebody. Who did we lose?
Who we lost? We got Jacques, we got Kenny, Berries.
Didn't we have 11 people earlier?
No, we still got Berries. Yeah, we did. Rainmeister, Shadow.
Yes, Shadow.
We lost Shadow. Yeah. Well, I saw him going into the pit.
That's the BM. That was a BM at the end there. So we don't know if he retired or maybe he sped into the pits.
Yeah, I didn't see anything come up. So I don't think
there's nothing here. The last thing it says is that Shadow is making a pit stop. So it didn't say anything else after that.
Yeah, so I'm right. That's what I thought. I saw him going into the pits, and that's the last thing I saw. Weird.
Usually it'll tell me if they get disqualified in this.
You've got that little like roll of honour like thing going down the right hand side, haven't you? Just telling you when someone's done a fast lap or someone's moved into position 3 or etc. etc. You've got like a running order there, haven't you? Which obviously
got a 1 grid place penalty for pit lane violation, so that must be speeding in the pits.
Yeah.
So that might be what you said earlier, where it says it's put him. He's in front, but he's further back.
He was behind. Yeah, it was weird. I mean, the timings are now okay.
He's got a 1 grid place.
He's got a +1, has he?
So I guess that means that
that's odd.
Because if he comes 9th, he actually comes 10th.
So rather than give him a, of course it's going to do it that way. It's all right. I'm answering my own question in my own mind, which is a bit weird. But it's like, I had a really good conversation with myself then, because I was thinking, why did it not give him a 10-second pit penalty rather than give him a 1 position? I'm just wondering, because
you see the Bentley there, I think, overtaking some back markers. So
I think it should have been a drive-through, but because we're not doing. Because it's not timed, because it is timed.
Big puddle.
Yeah, that's because it is timed. I'm thinking maybe that's why you're getting the position penalty rather than the 30-second, which is what it would give you. Quite possibly. But anyway, that's better anyway. I prefer it that way. I hate drive-throughs and that. I think a lot of the time they're not really. The punishment doesn't fit the crime sometimes. If somebody's slightly cut a couple of corners, it can be really harsh. And I think that's really nasty to do that. Marius is doing alright. He's having a good race, I think.
He's there in 3rd. He's got distance between him and 4th, so I think he just needs to sit there and
just consolidate the
keep
position.
It clean, take the points.
At the moment, everyone is relatively comfortable because you've got Care Bear 8 seconds ahead of Rainmeister. You've then got 22 seconds to Roy. Then you've then got a lap to like 1.5 minutes to Berries. Then Berries is catching up to
Ballistic.
Yeah, there's about 2 or 3 seconds in it. So Berries could be the mover and the shaker at the moment. Well, he certainly lapped 4 seconds. He's right on the back of him. Because there's about.
Remember how he moved up so much in the first race?
Yeah,
he moved through a lot of positions before the end of the race, and he ended in 2nd.
Yeah,
so.
I mean he did in race 2 to a certain extent, although it was a different type of thing. But his usual thing is. Like I say, I think he just sets off, consolidates himself. Then once he gets his tyres and that ready, I think he feels he's ready to push. But yeah, he's like half a second off the back of Ballistic. So when you look at that car, it's like
yeah, you can see him now. Now he's trying to get through. You don't quite know which way he's going with this little bit of connection.
You're just hoping it holds out for him.
Running very wide there.
Which he might not actually really be running wide, but it looks.
No, I think he did. It did look like he dropped back quite a bit.
Yeah, it did. Like, I just watched the replay bit again, literally, because it's a few seconds down. Yeah, he did. Thing is, you're not so sure, are you, when it first happens?
No.
But then again, he's
you got to look at everything twice that happens.
Yeah,
because,
he's clawing his way back. He's lapping 3 to 4 seconds faster, so he is going to. I mean, his last lap was actually 11 seconds faster, so it's a matter of time. If he doesn't make a mistake, he will get past. I think that's pretty much guaranteed. He just wants to be relatively careful. Oh, no, he's lost it.
That looked like real.
Yeah, that was real.
The first time I've seen his car move properly in a direction.
Even though it was not the direction he wants it to be in. Ballistic's just taking a sigh of relief with just under 10 minutes to go.
When you're pushing in the rain, you know.
Yeah. And you lose a bit of downforce as well. Because he's going to lose, as he gets, the closer, you know yourself, when you're right behind someone, the airflow is moving around the car in front and missing off your front. So you lose a bit of that front downforce, which is probably why he's lost it there. But he's still got 10 minutes left, and if he's lapping that much faster, he's still got time to catch up. So we're all a bit convoluted now, aren't we?
He's sitting there now behind his teammate who's actually in second. So
yeah,
Kenny
he's between Kenny and Comaneci, isn't he? Is he between Kenny and Comaneci, or no?
It goes Kenny, and then I think it's Barry's directly behind Kenny.
Yeah, and then Marius, sorry, or not.
Yeah, so Ballistic is actually ahead of Kenny. So
yeah, he's ahead of him on the track.
Kenny is sitting between the two of them.
See, that's where this game again. I hope somebody's gone. Yeah, somebody's gone. I think it was Kenny. Marius has gone past Kenny.
Yeah, Marius, so it was Kenny, must have gone wide there. Marius up to, so it's a 1-2 for Bentley. This is what they've been wanting.
So he did do a little spin, but I think he came out of it quite well. He didn't lose too much time, as you can see. I think he managed to right himself. I think when I spin,
so Kenny
I'm the wrong way round.
Because he was ahead of Barry's, but we can see Barry's ahead of Marius here now.
Yeah.
So Marius sandwiched a bit between the two Cadillacs.
Yeah, it's worse. So you've got Jacques with a 13-second lead at this point in time. I know it's all relative on certain parts of the track, but it's close enough to know that. Then you've got Kenny, who's obviously going to try and get a gain on Marius to try and get a 1-2.
And Marius actually has to overtake the back marker, which is Barry's, but it's a pretty quick back marker, so you're not always going to catch.
He's not guaranteed to, is he? He's not guaranteed to. You know, if Barry's is still lapping reasonably, which he lapped at 30.
This could make Marius have to push too hard, which could make Kenny.
They're the two fastest people on track. Would you believe? Barry's did a 34.4 last lap. Marius did a 34.3. They're the two fastest laps last time out.
Sure.
Because obviously the rain stopped, the track is starting to dry off. If they're following the dry lines, I can't see anyone pit in, like we said at the beginning. I think it'd be... there's nothing to gain from it. If you had a half an hour left, you might think, right, you know what, I'll go in, I'll put some soft slicks on, I'll take a gamble once the track starts drying out a bit, and I'll just see if I can gain enough seconds. But with 6 minutes left, no, it's not worth it. It really is not worth it. But again,
he runs quite wide there on that corner. I'm not sure if that was where he went out earlier.
Yeah, it was. It is that one. I'm just looking just so I could see the view. It was where he went. So that corner there was where he went. Sorry.
Is it?
Yeah. I remembered the runoff point. It's the one thing I did remember, but I remembered that bit. So at the moment, like I say, he's gonna push it.
And so we got a proper battle here as well with Barry's and Ballistic. Barry's has caught Ballistic again, so he's going to be going for that move. Very close there. He does have Marius right behind him, who's trying to obviously get away from Kenny, who's also going to be roping.
It'll be interesting off the back of that if obviously Kenny is on the back of Marius and Barry's is still trying to get past. I think he'll get past here anyway. But he's lapping. He's
a tough place. Yeah,
I think he gave him there. I don't think he tried to defend that. Barry's is lapping 5 seconds. Yeah, Barry's is lapping 5 seconds faster. He's going to go past. I don't think there was any doubt in that. So I just think he thought, you know what, what's the point in trying to fight?
But with the guys coming through, you also never know if maybe he mistook Berries for
could have thought he was a lapper.
I thought he was lapping him maybe with the guys so close behind.
True.
Because you do get that flag quite early usually, so...
Yeah, it can be off-putting sometimes. I mean, he'll be getting it now. And it's difficult.
He's let them go through there.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't move over.
He's a bit confused.
No, I think he thought he was nearer than he was. That's what I think. I think he thought Marius was closer, and to be honest, he isn't. I know he's
Marius flashing his lights now.
Yeah. I mean, they always do to let him know you're there, but at the moment, the Nissan's holding ground until he gets there.
Oh, he's going there.
I'm not sure whether he lost that or a bit of both.
Kenny lost it, I think. Kenny went very wide.
Yeah, he did look it. I'm just looking at the replay of Kenny again there. Not as bad as it looked at first glance, but he did. He does go quite. He takes a wide
fight here now for 8th place. It looks like between Kebe and Roy.
They're on a different lap.
So Care Bear's slowly moving his way up.
Yeah, the Care Bear's 2 minutes behind him. He's 2 minutes behind him.
No, remember Care Bear's got the position penalty, I think. So he's in that BM that's ahead. Roy just made the mistake spinning there, but they were fighting for position.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah, it's this stupid thing again, doing that.
It's his penalty, yeah.
Yeah, now it's reverted right. Yeah, now it's reverted right. It's just occasionally it's showing it wrong. It was showing there was a 2 minute difference between them. Oh, what's he done there? It seemed to come to a halt, didn't he? Did he keep it?
He did.
He looked at it. But I think Kenny's gaining on Marius about 2.5 seconds. He's got to gamble now. He's got to gamble.
Another battle here with Ballistic. Who's he fighting? Oh, he's back behind Berries. Berries must have made a mistake because he's right on Berries' tail again.
Yeah. He's literally he's trying to see that gearbox, isn't he? Oh dear.
Yeah, Berries messes up again. This is going to help. Ballistic. He's through it.
I'm going to give Berries a shout out there because the easy thing to do, and I've seen tons of people do it. The easy thing to do is you make a mistake, you do a cut like that, and you keep your foot down. So you don't lose. You don't lose position.
Most of the guys here will back out.
He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. I think he's going to try for a switchback.
Holding his.
Oh no! That's again. He's going to do the right thing here. He's going to do the right thing. I think.
That's another thing where you don't know what they see on their screens. You know, because Berries might be seeing something different.
Yeah, I thought he'd stopped for him, man. It looked like he'd stopped for him, didn't it? Unless he's flashed him back.
But the thing is, as well, is you don't know with the connection issues if he actually hit him on his side or not.
He might just think Ballistic spun.
Think he did a spin.
Yeah, on which I think Berries would have waited. In fact, I know he would have waited.
Oh, he's
yeah, he's.
So that's going to help.
Ballistic's going to go back past.
Position.
Yeah, I think Berries will be hitting the pits. Unless he can stay out. Oh, what's Roy done? Is he just run wide?
A mess there. I think he was in a fight again there with TK Bear, and he just was pushing a bit too hard again.
So what are they doing at the front? Marius and Kenny. Kenny's.
We got Marius with Kenny there. In the
I think he's got a big enough lead there to. Oh, who was that cutting right across behind him?
I don't even know.
I'm watching it again. It literally takes out the whole corner.
I think it's a back marker. What car was it?
It was a Bentley. It's a Bentley? Yeah, it's definitely a Bentley. Definitely a Bentley.
Kawanachi maybe.
It might have been. I mean, he's not going to gain. He ain't going to gain from it, whoever it was. But I think they probably just lost it. He just literally took the corner out. You'll see it after.
The Shark's still holding on to the lead now with a minute to go. Let's hope his connection holds.
It's looking good. It's looking good.
A win.
And again, he's second fastest man on the track. You can see as the track's drying out, the lap times again climbing. Kenny's 33.9 against Marius's 34.9. So Kenny, it could get really tight, just right to the death.
You can see the track has actually dried up quite a bit.
Yeah.
There's not as much water coming off now while they're driving.
Yeah, the racing
certain
lines go
sections. You
like
can
that.
see there as they go up the hill now. There's a lot of spray.
Into the dip, obviously, the water's going to congregate there, isn't it? But the majority of it...
when it's quite tough when some of the track is like pretty dry and then you hit the wet.
It's wet here now. I saw the spray from the previous car.
This is very... You can see it's been building there.
That was probably one of the first puddles that started. I think Marius has got enough of a gap, unless he makes a mistake. The front
14
three...
seconds left.
Yeah, the front
so
three...
Over?
Where is he?
Lap?
If he's going
to get over just in time, so he's going to do another lap.
Yeah, he is. He should have just stopped. He's got 13 seconds. He could have just stopped in front of it. Oh no, it's there, is it? Is it there?
It is going to stop. It is going to stop Marius now. He's going to stop one lap down, I think. So Jacques is still basically guaranteed the win, I think.
Yeah, you might be right. Or are they all on the same lap?
Or is he gonna...
No, they're on the same lap. They must be. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so then they all continue.
Yeah, 12 seconds. Yeah, Marius is only 12 seconds down. Kenny's only 14.8 seconds down. So
I
really...
I thought on a timed race they would have finished, because a timed race is usually lap-based. Like in an endurance race. So you would have thought that...
No, as soon as it counts in this game, as soon as it counts, I do quite a lot of them, as soon as it counts to 0, if Jacques was not past the finishing line, the next time he passes a finishing line after 0 is the end. So that's why I thought, with the amount of time left, he might not have realised, with the amount of time left, there was about 5 seconds left and he had a 12-second lead. Just slow down in front of the finishing line, let it count to 0 and toddle across. You've won.
I think he wants to win in style. He's going to push right till the end.
Yeah. He was probably concentrating on the racing.
The line, yeah.
So this is where he takes the win. Again, Marius too far in front of Kenny. Kenny can't make that.
That's another 1-2 for the home team.
Yeah. So there we go.
We got a bit of a tradition going here.
The run goes on.
So there's Jacques was finished. So Marius finishing his final lap.
And I'm pleased for him for 2 reasons. One, you got to finish the race, and 2, you're getting Bentley back on the map. So 1-2 for Bentley.
Kenny right behind in the Cadillac.
And so 3 Bentleys. So that's what I'm saying.
3 Bentleys in the top 5.
They've done a stormer.
The best points for this session. It's going to put them back there.
Yeah, 1st, 2nd, and 4th. That's going to give them a nice wedge of points. And then you've got Ratek then coming in for 5th for the Beamers, who you can argue it's probably not been a great day for, but I could just see him round the back there, coming round. I could see the yellow coming round the back of the screen.
Is that Ratek?
Yeah. So
not bad. He's been solidly in 5th for a while, I think.
Yeah,
so
he's
not a bad showing.
It's consistency, I think, is the word we're looking for. But he is pretty solid.
In a series like this, is you just got to be consistent the whole way through, get your points where you can,
and then hopefully you might get 1 or 2 really good ones, and then
they must have finished their races already. So
Berry's
on the side of the track.
Is Berry's finished?
Let's
is he
see
completed?
If Jacques doing a victory lap or not. No, he's also camping. Everyone is camping.
Oh, where's is everyone across
now? No donuts from Jacques yet?
No, he's probably thinking it's too wet. Soggy donuts. or maybe. That's just the run back of that. So again, really good win. Look at that, 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 for the Beamers. You can't knock that. After week 1, they must be happy as the proverbial pig in poopy.
That's what they've been wanting since the beginning, and they haven't quite got it.
Yeah, but that's going to shift them up the board a bit. That's going to tighten things up a bit, because obviously, all right, you've still got caddies in 2nd and 6th. And
for anyone watching, I think I tried to explain it earlier, but I sort of forgot what I was talking about. The points, how they work. The points, how they work is we actually use the same points as MotoGP does. But only the top 3 drivers from each team's points count for that race. So let's just say that all top 4 drivers in this race were Bentleys, then the fourth Bentley would not get any points, but the guy that comes in fifth would have not got points for fourth.
It
so
stops
you
them.
still block points, but you won't get the fourth person's
you
points.
still benefit the team, don't you? You're still benefiting the team because you're stopping somebody else from gaining more points. So it serves a purpose.
But this is going to be great for the Bentleys. They got really high spots there.
Yeah, that should shake things up a little bit. I think it'll make second, third, and fourth a little bit tighter, because it's not been a good day for the Beamers, and it's not been a good day for obviously the GTRs.
Yeah, Nissan's disconnected in the beginning.
Yeah, but that's what that's the beauty of team racing. That's the difference, and I think that's what sets it apart from individual championships. It makes it good fun. Anyway, that's been round 3. Hope you enjoyed it, and for those of you in the chat, thanks for putting something up there, guys. Hope to see you again next week when we are. It's a very soggy, probably. Oh, is Silverstone soggy or not? I can't remember.
No, it won't be rain. I think there's one more rain race in the championship, but that's later on in the season. It's one of the last.
Spring it on everybody to shake things up a bit. Anyway, like I say, if you've been watching, we're Race Base. If you haven't been watching, we are still Race Base. And he's been Kyle, I've been me. We've had good fun, haven't we?
And you've been you.
I definitely have been me. Well, if I was anyone else, I wouldn't be me. And what? Well, anyway, that's enough. I'm confused.
I'm just looking in the chat here before we go off. I see Tarek is commenting, and they haven't seen you for a long time, Tarek. It would be nice to see you actually racing again.
I know. Yeah, it's good. We got some good stuff. It's nice. It's nice to see. Nice to see. Some of the guys coming back and that. So, get yourself involved, gents. All right. My wheel broke. Okay, fair enough.
His wheel's broken.
Get another one, you tight-fisted guy. Get another one, or use your. No, don't use a controller. It's bloody hopeless. I've tried myself. My wheel's broke as well, so I know how you feel, mate. But anyway, if we don't see you before, we'll see you next time. In the meantime, stay safe. Keep away from people with coronavirus and people that smell, and you know what I mean. Look after yourself and have a good time. Good night.
Cool, guys. Cheers.